What's going on? This is your boy B, and welcome to the Squad Up edition of the Barber Spotlight. And on this episode, we're going to put the spotlight on none other than Ty The Master Barber. But before we get into that, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we're going to see you on the other side. Let's go.
Well, as far as the barbering business, the barbering industry, I was became full-time in 2012. Before my barbering career, I was a director in news broadcast, and I did that for like 15 years until I decided to become a barber. You know, after 15 years in corporate America, I just decided that entrepreneurship was more where my heart was at. So I just decided to become a barber because I always cut hair. Even when I was working in corporate America, I still had a couple of people that I was cutting. I started cutting hair back in middle school, cutting people in the neighborhood. When I went to college, I started cutting people on the basketball team, football team, kind of how I made my money in college. My little spending money and stuff like that. So when I decided to get out of corporate America, I said, well, shoot, I want to be an entrepreneur and I know how to cut hair. So let's go to barber school, get these licenses, and get into this barber industry. I don't really see anything as being easy or hard or ups or downs. Because I think everything is either a lesson or a blessing, and I put everything on faith. I'm a child of God, and that's how I operate. So I don't look at it in that sense, but I will say this: that I did have to start out with no clientele. I had to go out and hand out cards, pick times throughout the days where I would be in the shop, pick times throughout the days where I go out and dedicate an hour to 2 hours a day to handing out cards and waiting for somebody to come. It was times where I would make nothing but booth rent. I wouldn't have no money to put in my pocket. It would just be booth rent. But keep that hard work, you know, that built up character that allowed me to interact with people and people interact with me, and coming up from a struggle, understand so I can appreciate it now that every time I'm in here, I'm cutting hair. I don't think it was a hard time. It was just more of, this is the process of becoming a barber. So for anyone who wants to get into the barbering industry, you're not going to become a success overnight. You have to put in hard work. You have to go out and hand out cards. You have to blast people out on Instagram and all your social media outlets. You have to be patient. You have to wait. And then when you get that person in your chair, you have to make sure you give them 110% of not just service, but also conversation, the cut, the consistency, the customer service. All of those things matter because you want to make sure once you sit down in my chair, I need you to come back as a client. I take my craft serious, but I'm also a jokester. I love to make jokes. I love to keep the atmosphere in the shop to where we can all laugh. You know, I can laugh at myself. We can laugh at each other because I want it to be an environment to where we can enjoy each other and we can enjoy the time that we're here, because we're here 10 hours out of the day with each other. So I'm a person that pays attention to detail. I love to be on time. I take customer service very serious, because I think in today's society that's what lacks, is customer service. And I love to learn, so I'm gonna continue to educate myself in the field. And if I'm not going for the stars, then I'm not even in it. So I got to be the best, and it's the best that I can be, not the best comparing myself to no one else, but making sure that I'm getting the best out of myself. So when you experience Ty The Master Barber, that's what you're experiencing.